He runs a website called The Black Bookie, which is very cool. You ought to stop by and check that out. And his slogan is, and I haven't hit this before, I'm going to hit it this time because it's the best one. His slogan is, if you snooze, you lose. And indeed, that is the case. There are only so many money-making opportunities to be had, and he's going to tell you where they all are. It's the one and only Black Bookie. It's Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe, how are you today?
Good morning, Denver. Welcome to the SnoozeYouLose podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Joe, joined by me, of course, Ron the Don. What's going on, boss?
Yeah, how's it going? Good. Glad to be back.
Episode 8. The tallies keep coming. Keep racking them up. Mm-hmm. It feels like we just started.
It does.
A lot going on.
Everything's crazy in the sports world recently, right?
This is a sports betting podcast. Every week we recap the picks we gave out for the week. I have a lot of sports to talk about today, though. We have a lot to go. It's the best time of the year. Literally, we have every sport going on right now except for football. Mm-hmm. We have everything going on right now. Big things happening. Winter's coming. Your show's back.
Woo! So happy about that. How do you like that episode? Oh, wait. That's right. You don't.
I don't watch that.
Awful. Terrible. Also, by the way, I asked you for advice on it, and you told me to take the under on Game of Thrones death.
I don't know.
Bro, what type of rookie are you?
That's exactly what I am. I have no idea. I have no clue. So my goal is once it's over, I'm going to watch it.
All right, so you're not going to be...
Because I've heard very good things.
So you're not going to be one of those posers that just comes in and stuff. Okay.
I'm not trying to join the wave. Mm-hmm. I heard it's very good.
Extremely good.
So, I'm not really much of a show guy anymore. I used to watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
That was my joint. Mm-hmm. Lately, I've been watching the show on Netflix, On the Block.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. I used to watch Nip Tuck.
Hey, that was a good one.
But nowadays, I'm too busy. I got clients.
Facts.
A lot going on.
You got to study them lines.
I got to study lines. I got a job to do.
Yeah. So,
I heard some things from on the line that I read about it.
Okay.
Aunts kissing? People kissing their aunts?
Dude, that's the tamest thing. First episode, there were siblings.
No, I don't know that. This is what I read.
Okay, yeah, there are siblings,
I heard it was kind of slow.
Sure, not really, no.
Short?
Give it 2-3 episodes and you're hooked, and then you'll start roping off seasons.
No, I'm talking about just episode 1 of this season.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about in general.
Okay, a little short, yeah, 55 minutes, but, we're gonna, I'm guessing 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. That's when we're gonna get hour-and-a-half episodes.
That's a long episode too.
We got so much.
Is there commercials in it? No, right?
It's HBO.
That's good. I heard there was some redemption.
A little bit of redemption, but don't want to spoil it for anybody. But
I can't. I don't know anything. I don't know any names. I don't. Just things I kind of stumbled upon.
Joe, it's not all about you. The clients, my man.
That's fair enough. But you are listening to the SnoozeYouLose podcast. Like I said, I'm your host, Uncle Joe, joined by me, Ron the Don. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at The Black Bookie, Twitter at The Black Bookie. Give us a like on Facebook under Uncle Joe. Check out the website. We updated the website. Got some great things going on the website right now, theblackbookie.com. Grab some merchandise. We updated some of our packages. Of course, subscribe to the podcast. Find us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Anchor, everywhere you need to be. Like I said, this is a sports betting podcast where the motto is and always will be win together, lose together. Ron the Don, he watches Game of Thrones. He's the sports guy on the show. He brings us beer. He was running a little late, so you didn't get any bougie stuff this week.
No, I feel so disappointed about my craft beer.
This is probably the shittiest beer you've brought.
No, remember episode 1 and 2? I bought the Bud Lights and stuff like that. Oh no, the Coors Lights with the corn syrup. Remember?
That's true.
Yeah. See.
But taste wise, I think this is probably the lowest. We never really give a rating. We always talk. First of all, what did you bring?
I bought today Sam 76. Legitimately the best thing they had at the gas station.
Is that a good year or is that?
It's a great year. It's when America was invented, basically. Come on now.
That's very, very good. He also does history. But yeah, not great.
Huh?
I understand you didn't go to someone's backyard this week or you didn't get it from a brewery somewhere, so not your best work. I'm used to being disappointed by you. Not your best work.
I mean,
but
I mean, is this gonna affect my vacation though?
You're still not getting it.
I'm still getting it. Shut up.
1 to 5, what do you rank this?
Oh, this one. I mean, like, I think the best way to describe it is this is a beer that you can drink all day and not be offended by it, but you're not going to be wowed by it. A solid 2.25.
It's pretty low,
Yeah.
but respectable.
It's not
I mean, it sucks too that our first. We always talk about what you brought and how it was and things like that, but this is the first one we actually gave an official score that I want to start sticking to. And so starting low.
Okay.
But
2.25.
now it can only go up from here.
I mean, I can bring some really shit beer if you want.
Please don't. I do not want that.
Let's have some Steel Reserves up in here, man.
That's not gonna help you get
some Mad
here.
Dogs. Let's do this. Red
some
Dogs.
Keystone.
Yes, Keystones. Natty Lights.
Also, a lot going on right now in sports.
Mm-hmm.
Respect. Your boys got the sweep.
Still a little hungover from that party last night and stuff.
Respect.
Sweep.
So I'm a Ranger fan. You're an Islander fan.
Yes.
Not that it matters. People that have been listening to the podcast, fanhood is on the back burner for me. This is all about business. Never personal, strictly business. But congratulations. I'm not bitter.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, though, I don't want to kick you off your high horse.
All right.
But I feel like I had this conversation with somebody else, too, as well.
All
this was the only team, besides maybe Carolina, that I felt that you could have beaten in the first round.
Okay.
I don't think you would have beat Boston in the first round.
No.
I don't think you beat Toronto in the first round. I don't think you beat Columbus in the first round.
Really? Okay.
I don't think you beat Washington in the first round.
Are you just saying the Columbus one now because
No. They came in hot.
But again, like when they made those moves, like if you run it back, I was like, they're going all in.
They're going all in.
And they didn't.
They didn't even have a wild card spot, right?
They weren't playing like they were all in until legitimately that very week and a half beforehand.
That counts though. That's coming in hot.
All right. But again, great job on them, huh? On Columbus. Sweet.
The East is wide open now.
Absolutely wide open.
Did you see the tweet that Tampa Bay put out?
As soon as that horn blew, this emotional tweet.
First of all, what a joke. Talk about collapse.
You win 62 games and you don't win one in the playoffs against a team that's never won a series in their history.
For those that haven't seen it, Tampa Bay Lightning put out, "We don't have any words, and we know you don't want to hear them. We understand your anger, your frustration, your sadness, everything you're feeling, we get it. This isn't the ending we imagined, and certainly not the one we wanted. Thank you for being there the entire way." Entire way? It was 4 days.
It was a week. That was it. It was 6 days. 6 days between the puck drop and them crashing out. That is
what a joke.
Absolutely insane. 62.
Another thing that also helped, you guys playing at the Coliseum.
And you know what's so disappointing about this next round?
You won't be there.
We're going to the stupid Barclays. That's one of the worst places to watch hockey in the universe. I hate this so much. I'm glad to see the SUV back, but anything else about that place sucks. So it's so disappointing. And that does. Did you hear the games at the Coliseum during these playoffs?
It was rowdy. It's been rowdy. It's something about it.
It's only 14. It's no more than 14,000 people there too, and this place is absolutely rocking. And now we're gonna go into basically a morgue.
It sucks. It was a good first round though.
Great first round.
But we'll see. You're gonna either get the winner of Washington or Carolina.
Yeah.
So it looks like it'll probably be the Caps. It's still early to tell. Good. It looks like it'll probably be the Caps though.
Looks like it is. Again, too early to tell. Good storyline there though. Trotz going back to face his old team that he won the Stanley Cup with last year. So there's a good storyline there. But again, don't count out the Canes just yet because they put up a really, really good performance.
Yeah. I love to see them win at home just because of the way they celebrate at the end.
Storm series and stuff.
That is awesome.
It's so disappointed that they're not doing it during the playoffs. But again, I understand it. You got to keep the sanity of the playoffs. But
By the way, when this thing's over, Ovechkin could be a UFC fighter.
Yo, I mean, let's be fair.
He beat up somebody smaller.
If the kid is
still dropped him.
The kid is 19 years old and about minus 40 pounds on him.
Still dropped him.
But those hands, though.
That's all that matters.
Ooh.
Still dropped him.
Ooh. That's just all I saw on my timeline was just like, did you see? Just you kept on seeing the kid just getting knocked out.
Bad idea. They said he used to look up to him too.
Yeah, I mean he's a Russian kid. I don't know why you would go after. Ovi's built like a house, and you're just gonna be like, yeah.
People don't realize how big he is.
He's 236 pounds, 6'2", all muscle, my man. It's just beer and muscles on that man.
Still drinking beer from last year.
Oh yeah, he's still drunk from last year.
Speaking of still sports going on, the GOAT.
The GOAT?
Tiger Woods.
What a way. You're so used to seeing him like have like a good like Friday, like a good Thursday,
and come
Friday,
crashing down
and then
on Sunday.
crash on Saturday and Sunday, and then he just kept on improving and then being within striking distance, and then he freaking just
15th major.
Just cleans up on that day.
Forget about the DWI. Forget about the adultery.
Can't forget about that.
Forget about the back surgeries. Tiger couldn't walk.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, Tiger Woods couldn't walk. You know how he's the GOAT? Not only is he the most dominant player in his sport, other golfers root for Tiger Woods. The world roots for Tiger Woods. There's no other athlete like that.
No, there isn't.
People don't root for Tom Brady. You think Phillip Rivers roots for Tom Brady?
Absolutely not.
Big Ben roots for Tom Brady?
Absolutely not.
Other NBA players don't root for LeBron James or root for Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, whoever you want to throw out there. He puts the world at a standstill.
And you just saw it like those last like 4 or 5 holes when people knew like we're
in this.
Yeah, we're in this and stuff. Just the electricity coming from Augusta National was absolutely crazy. It
puts the world on pause.
Sight to behold and stuff. Yeah.
Everybody tunes in. He changes the ratings. He changes everything.
I think it was the first time I ever like actively turned on to watch golf, probably since
the last time he won.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you said before, though, we have tuned in a few times to see when he's back out there.
Yeah.
And usually by Saturday, we don't care anymore.
Yeah.
It's just falling apart.
Out, yeah,
it's just falling apart. But this man literally couldn't walk. He didn't know if he would ever play again. And he got to a point where he didn't even care about golf anymore. He just wanted to be able to not wake up and be in pain anymore.
Yeah.
And what a story.
It's still crazy to hear. And like to put your point in perspective, it's not only that I got an ESPN notice on my phone that Tiger won, I got a New York Times notice that Tiger Woods won. Like, that's putting into perspective like how big this man it was and it still is.
Still is.
Yeah.
15th major, the absolute GOAT.
Absolute
the
GOAT.
Truth. Glad to see him back out there.
Yeah.
Glad to see him making golf important again. And it's awesome. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta forget about the adultery. It happens. It's America.
All right, fine.
And other GOATs. Not GOATs, but other stars. We saw D Wade hang it up.
Yeah.
Dirk hang it up. Your boy Shannon Fry.
That would hurt the most.
Just seeing the stars go out. It was just weird to see the difference between. I feel like no one has really talked about this. We kind of pushed Dirk out. Like D Wade, he kind of announced Last Dance, farewell tour. We kind of was like, Dirk, we're gonna put you in the All-Star game. There was no farewell tour though.
No,
he didn't announce it to the final home game. The only other head coach that really said something was Doc Rivers, and it was never announced because he would have got gifts and jersey swaps and things like that and everything like that. If it was announced it was a tour.
I mean, like, he's a very likable player.
Yeah, everybody loves Dirk.
Yeah. And like I remember the first time that he did win, people were
happy for him.
See,
not only because he took down the big three.
True.
But because they were happy that he finally got one.
Yeah.
The Mavs were one of those teams every year in the playoffs, usually a 1 through 5 seed. It just couldn't get over the hump year after year after year either. Spurs were in his way. The Lakers were in his way. The year he lost to goddamn Baron Davis and the Warriors, it just couldn't get over the hump. So I'm happy because obviously the Mavs are going another direction. They got Luka. They got KP. They try to replace him. But it's just kind of weird. It just seemed like he was kind of more forced out. I think if he really wanted to come back, he could. But it was also kind of pain. It was kind of time for him to hang it up.
I mean, like, advanced age, you can't... there's no way around it that he was, like, 40 years old. So, I mean, like, you know, it's a young man's game. Like, every year, the league's just getting younger and younger and younger. But again, credit to him for sticking for so long. You know,
with one organization.
With one organization too. Like you don't stick around that long if you're not good.
Right.
Yeah. Just again,
did a lot for the city.
A lot for the city. But again, yeah, I would like to see like more fanfare for Dort.
For his retirement, a little bit more of a farewell tour.
Yeah.
D-Wade too. I'm glad. It was awesome the way he went out. The jersey swaps and the commercials and his son announcing him in the last game. I'm glad they didn't make the playoffs, though.
Okay.
I think it ended better with them just having this final home game. Then the final game was on the road, and then that was kind of it. I'm kind of glad they didn't. Did we really want to see them get into the playoffs and then get swept by the Bucks?
Yeah. Because that was the eventual thing. Like you're not making it past any.
Yeah, like I think it was just better this way as well too. I don't think we need to see them get to the playoffs and not do anything. And then go out that way in a 4-0 sweep and be remembered that way.
Definitely understandable. I mean, this is more of a cherry on top sort of deal. But again, yeah, it's kind of sad to see like these are some of the players that I remember like their whole career.
Right, yeah.
Seeing them.
End of an era. Only player left from the 90s, Vince Carter.
Can you imagine?
Only man left. There is not a player from the 90s left in the NBA besides VC.
Fuck world.
You are listening to the SnoozeYouLose podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Joe, joined by me, Ron the Don. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Anchor, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you need to be. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter @TheBlackBookie. Give us a like on Facebook under Uncle Joe. We're going to recap some of the picks we did last week. This is a sports betting podcast where the motto is and always will be win together, lose together. What were the numbers last week?
So we have 2 recaps. I'll recap the week before real quick. That was a 10-4 week with a plus 450.
Boom.
And then this week that we're going to recap, 9-5 with a plus 280.
So still over 500 record. The numbers are going to be different sometimes. Sometimes you're going to win 9-10 games, be plus 400. Sometimes you're going to win 9 games and only be plus 300, like kind of how we are now. It depends on obviously the money we're laying out and things like that. Sometimes you got to lay the chalk, so that's going to affect the wins and losses. It's funny actually talking about laying the chalk. I saw a guy too. I have a screenshot. This guy posting, he's 36-1. My ass.
Wow.
But look at the pick. He gave out the Blues plus 1.5 at minus 260.
Something that we said is a big no-no for us, at least.
And, you got the win, whatever, I get it. That's not something I would ever give out to a client, but it just gets me back to that troll from last week. It's like, go bother him, man.
Yeah.
If I'm giving out a 150 or 160, it happens. You have to lay the chalk sometime. You got clowns out here giving out 260s, talking about they're 35-1. Go bother them.
Yeah.
Go bother them. Let me be. I'm excited also to announce on next week's show, probably after the holidays, we'll have the man himself, the voice of the intro. Scott Steen will be joining us from winnersandwhiners.com. So make sure you tune into that. Follow Scott and the good people over at winnersandwhiners.com. First guy to really give us a nod in this business that looked out and gave me a platform. So I'm very excited to have him on next week's show. So make sure you guys tune into that. But like you said, 9-5?
9-5 with a plus 280.
9-5 plus 280. So we'll jump into that. So much going on. 4-8 is where this week started that we're going to recap. Our SnoozeYouLose pick was the Cubs over the Pirates. Shellacking 10-0. It was the Cubs home opener. They had Lester on the mound. That was a game I took because the Cubs just needed to get right. Like I said, home opener, first game at Wrigley. We actually got a win with that game with Lester being injured. He only lasted about, I don't even think he finished the second inning. He's actually on the DL right now with a hamstring injury. The Cubs were 2-7 coming into this matchup. So they just needed some home cooking, trying to get right. A lot of teams off to a slow start right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's April and it happens, But there's a lot of teams off to a slow start right now.
Is it wreaking havoc on like what you? On
It's
like
a
what you're
pain
doing?
in the ass.
Yeah,
It's
could
a pain
imagine.
in the ass. You see it though. I mean, you just have to, because it's tough because you get to a point where you're like, all right, today's the day.
Yeah.
They're gonna bust out, or they need to get this one. You need to. We'll get into a few games later on where I'm like, all right, they need this one to avoid the sweep.
Yeah.
Things like that. And just a lot of teams in a funk right now.
Yeah,
early. Like, we see it happen. Of course, it's not nothing new. But this many teams that are off to a slow start, I don't think I've seen that before in a long time.
I mean, the names that are the names. Of the
Yeah,
teams,
and they're big. Yeah, it's not like we're talking about the O's.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the Padres. We're talking big market teams.
Yeah, I know. Just like
that are getting their dicks kicked.
Yeah, like look at the standings in the AL East, and you're like, what is going on? Again, understandable that it is April.
It's April.
Yeah,
but it's still worrisome.
Yeah,
it's still worrisome.
I mean, just take a look at yesterday's game. Chris Sale, 0-4. Could you imagine saying that?
Never would have thought it. He doesn't. We're going to talk about that too because I actually only took the Red Sox once. And this week they're going to recap.
Yes.
And yeah, he doesn't look good. Velocity doesn't look there. He's getting hit.
Yeah.
Guys, it just doesn't look good.
So yeah, praying for you on this baseball season early on at least because it must be a pain in the ass.
It's definitely a pain in the ass. So then our Prem pick, we headed over. This was actually a national championship game. We took the over in Texas Tech versus Virginia. The final score was 85-87. And seeing that and even giving that pick out, a lot of people were surprised.
Yeah.
But you got to know, this is when you have to know when to read the lines and you have to see what the public's doing. The money was pouring in on the under. And it makes sense. Two defensive teams, one of the most defensive national championships coming into the matchup expected. And the over hit no problem. Now, the first 15 minutes of this game was brutal to watch. You didn't know if he was going to get 50 points combined. It was brutal.
Yeah.
But they picked up the pace. Overtime obviously helped as well, too. But we hit it. I think we hit it in regulation. If I'm not mistaken, but we hit it in regulation. And that's why when the public is pouring in on something like that, 95%, 97% taking the under, you got to go the other way.
I mean,
you got to go the other way.
Understandable on that, but just like looking at what Texas Tech did to Michigan State, only 51 points.
Yeah.
When I saw that you picked the over, I was very, very surprised. But again, this is why you're the professional.
I had a little side bet too with Texas Tech plus 3.5. So that one sucked when Hunter hit the shot to go into overtime, and I knew it right away. Once I went to overtime, I said Virginia's gonna win this game. Yeah, that was pretty much it. They took the momentum, and that was it. But a heck of a story for Virginia too.
Exactly.
Bouncing back from being the only number 1 seed to lose to a 16 seed last year, to us not thinking they would even beat Gardner Webb. To hosting the trophy and cutting down the nets at the end of the year. That's a hell of a season.
So they went from making history last year to making history this year.
Hell of a turnaround. And I'm not going to say nobody, but a lot of people did not see that coming just because of what they did last year.
Yep.
And that's respectable. You're only good as your last shot. So remember what you did last year, and that's how it ended up turning out. So 4-9, our SnoozeYouLose pick, we had the Angels plus 1.5 against the Brewers. Freddie Peralta was pitching for Milwaukee. And he has a terrible track record on the road. This year already, he's 1-0 with a 7.13 ERA. And it's actually, we got the W in that one. Final score was 11-8, but the Angels scored 6 in the first inning and actually had to rally back to still win that game. Pitching did not hold up for them in that matchup, but they were able to rally back, get things for us, and they won that game 11-8 over the Brew Crew.
Again, this just something that I've been noticing a lot in baseball is a lot of high scoring matchups. Like there was a 10-0 game the first game, 11-8 and stuff. Pitching normally is
ahead.
Is ahead.
Normally ahead in April, yeah.
A reverse trend now, which is again surprising to me, but I mean works for us in this case.
Yeah, it definitely worked for us in this case. But that's a great point. Yeah, pitching normally in April is way ahead of hitters. Hitters usually don't start getting to a groove until like end of May, early June. It starts getting a little warmer.
When the weather
starts getting a little warmer. Pitchers start getting some innings under their belt. The scouting reports are out, obviously. So that's a great point that we have seen some overs so far early in the year. Normally pitching is usually dominant. Our Prem pick, we also stayed with baseball that day. We had the Blue Jays plus 1.5 against the Red Sox. They won the game 7-5. And that was just a game where I took, Sale just didn't look good coming into the game. 0-4 on the year so far with an 8.50 ERA, losing some velocity. And also, Matt Schumacher is not a slouch. 3-0 so far on the year. He's got a 1.75 ERA, 23 strikeouts on the season. He's the real deal. He's pitching like an ace, kind of taking over the number one job from Stroman over there. And Boston 5th in the AL East right now.
Again.
I know that's music to your ears.
Not really, because look who's like right next to them too. Yankees again struggling as well. Big teams struggle.
The thing with you guys though, you're banged up. You're banged up,
yeah.
So you're gonna get healthy. With them, it's everyone's here.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't have a closer, but for the most part, everyone's there. And I think I would expect it to see that more. They were blowing games late. They lost Kimbrel.
Yes.
They lost the other guy too. The other guy that he used to be like setup man.
Oh, I forgot his name. I'm sorry about that.
But he left. He didn't resign. He was huge last year, and yeah. So I would understand that if they were losing games late, but they're getting rocked.
Yeah.
Early and often. So that day we went 2-0 with the baseball plays. Both taking teams to cover the 1.5, and actually both teams coming away with W's. So that was huge. 4-10. Our SnoozeYouLose pick was Nashville against the Dallas Stars. In Nashville, they lost that game 3-2. That was surprising to me. I mean, these two teams are very evenly matched. It's a coin toss, really, either way.
Yep.
Dallas played stingy defense. I just thought the Predators at home to start the series would jump out and get a 1-0 lead. And Dallas came out and took care of business. Coming into, before the puck actually dropped for any game in the West, I felt like Nashville and probably Calgary were the best two teams in the West, in my opinion.
In your opinion?
Could be wrong, but that was my opinion. I felt Nashville, Calgary, best two teams in the West.
Calgary.
Both of those teams right now trailing both of their series.
Yeah. Definitely had a lot of love for Calgary coming in because just absolutely high scoring, and if Smith just gets into a groove, that again, and they get good goaltending, that team is dangerous. But again, they are trailing in this one. You know who I really like in the West, and I don't know whether this is a trendy pick or not. I really like the Vegas Golden Knights again.
Love the Knights.
Yeah.
Love the Knights. We took the Knights a lot this week. We took them once in the week we're recapping, and going forward, we actually took them a few times already. I love Vegas. You called it actually with the Stone trade.
Yep.
And he has been nothing short of expectations.
Yeah, again.
I think he leads in goals right now.
I'll have to check on that one. But again, he's a player that not only puts the puck in the net, but also prevents. So he's a great two-way player, and you need those type of players in the playoffs when it gets like really tight games. That's why like people are looking at the Stars like they could because they have played such a great defensive game, and their goaltending is really, really good. So again, when you have those two-way players that can also put the puck in the net and prevent goals, big in the playoffs. So yeah.
Joe Kelly. Couldn't think of his name.
Oh, Joe Kelly.
Yeah, I believe he's with the Dodgers now, so he didn't come back. But yeah, Golden Knights, you can never count them out, especially the way they play at home.
Yeah.
And if they get the goaltending that they need, because I don't think their goaltending is as good as Nashville.
No, but again, it's
or even Calgary.
I have more faith in Fleury than I do in Smith, personally. But again, Fleury has a lot of games in that body, So he's
a lot of games.
Yeah,
a lot of games.
He's been playing. He's been through so many of these playoffs. Good experience, but again, like he's not a young man anymore, But again, like that playoff magic for Fleury, if that hits, they're going far, man. They're going far. So again, keep an eye out for them.
Our premium pick for that day, we headed back to the Diamond. We took the Giants over the Rockies. 1-0. They got the job done.
For that day.
The 10th? I'm sorry.
Padres
Giants, 3-1. We took the Giants the next day. So, spoiler alert, because I was going to say the Giants can't really score runs.
Uh-huh.
So that's why we took the Padres that day. They beat them 3-1. And as you saw, the next day, the Giants only won 1-0. But the Padres came in. It was a stacked lineup. Quietly, the Padres have a very solid lineup.
Yeah.
1 through 9, you know. There's solid bats in that lineup.
It's solid, but again, can't dismiss that they are pitching, that they are playing in quite a pitcher's ballpark and stuff. So
And they don't have pitching.
Huh? I mean, but still a pitcher's ballpark. So
Yeah.
you know, you're not gonna see like some like amazing like home run stats per se.
No.
But again, like you are right. Like this is a team that can hit the ball.
They can 1 through 9.
Yeah.
There's bats all over the place. But yeah, the Giants, another team. It's gonna get to that point where it's time to blow that team up as well too. I think Bumgarner's need to go. You know, get him somewhere where he can compete. If Posey's gonna play first base full time, what are you gonna do with that? But that lineup's old.
Yeah.
There's no real arms in the rotation. You have Jeff Samardzija. You know, he does. He's a quality pitcher.
Yeah.
You know, he's not a stud like he used to be. But I think that's another team too. It's just old. It's fading. They can't score.
Remember, they won their first in their dynasty, quote unquote, in 2010. It's 2019. That's 9 years.
It's 9 years.
Yeah, so it's,
and it looks like besides Hunter Pence, you know, everybody else was pretty much there, and they have Pilar now too that they picked up from Toronto, so they have the same roster, and it's not working out.
Yeah.
It's time to part ways. I would love to. I know obviously you would love to see Bumgarner go to the Yankees.
hopefully, you know.
Hopefully that does not happen, but it's time for him to go somewhere and really compete.
I know. It's going to be weird seeing him not in a Giants jersey.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely. You are listening to the Snooze You Lose podcast. Uncle Joe, Ron the Don. We're going to take a quick break, pay some bills. We'll be right back after this.
Weddings should be memorable, but not for the groom's lack of style. That's why our friends at the Black Tux design rental suits and tuxedos that you'll love wearing at your wedding. So if you end up getting featured on a list of 23 epic wedding fails, at least you know you'll look good for your close-up. But the best part about the Black Tux is that they have an easy online ordering process that brings your suit or tuxedo straight to you. Just pick a style at theblacktux.com and request a free home try-on so you can feel the fit and quality before you commit. And if online isn't your style, they have showrooms all over the country where you can find your fit and plan your look. Over 5,000 5-star reviews across Wedding Wire, The Knot, and their own website agree. You won't find another rental experience or designs like the ones you'll find at the Black Tux. Grooms, if you want your wedding to be remembered for the right reasons, visit theblacktux.com/listen. That's theblacktux.com/listen for $20 off your purchase. Walk, don't run to theblacktux.com/listen to find a look for you and your crew. Theblacktux.com, formal wear for the moment.
Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. So if you always wanted to start a podcast making money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start. Welcome back to the Snooze You Lose podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Joe, joined by me, Ron the Don. This is a sports betting podcast where the motto is and always will be win together, lose together. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple Music. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Black Bookie. Give us a like on Facebook under Uncle Joe. Don't forget to check out the website, theblackbookie.com. Some great things going on over there. Tell a friend and tell a friend. And we're here to help you win. 4-11, we'll jump back into the recap. We had the Dodgers taking on the Cards. And this one hurt to watch. You know me, too. I love early money. This was an early game. I don't think it was 1 o'clock. I want to say it was like a 2 o'clock start.
Okay.
Love early money. Dodgers jumped out, trying to avoid the sweep like we talked about. And this game was brutal to watch. Pitching just was not there. The Dodgers walked the bases loaded twice and hit a batter both times to force in runs. Two different pitchers.
And
Two different pitchers.
And that must be so infuriating to see, especially when you have...
It's just bad to watch, period. Whether you have money on it or not, it's just bad to watch, unless you're obviously the opposing team.
Yeah.
You're a fan of the Cardinals, but it was just brutal. One was a starter. He walked the bases loaded, hit a guy, forcing the run. A reliever came in, walked in the bases loaded, hit a guy. I was like, come on. Errors all over the field.
Yeah. And just as a sports fan, you never want to see people walking runs in, hitting
guys. Yeah, if I'm going to lose my money, let me lose it with dignity.
Yeah. Like, you want to see at least, like, batted ball. You know?
Yeah, the hit went out the park. If he hits a grand slam, I got to eat that.
Yep.
You're hitting a guy in his hand or his foot, throwing a wild pitch, whatever case. I don't want to lose my money that way. No. Have some pride. Tuck in your shirt and get the job done. So that one was pathetic to watch as they lost the game 11-7. They were swept by the Cardinals, and it was just a crappy way to start my day. The premium pick, we did take the Giants against the Rockies, and even though they can't score, they won that game 1-0. But the Rockies are another one of those teams off to an awful start, 6-12.
Awful.
Really got no excuses. Same team from last year. Didn't really lose any major pieces. Lineup is stacked. Playing cores.
And they just cannot get anything started. What?
It's bad.
Just like looking at them. Again, very, very good team from last year.
Same team.
And then just putting up duds after duds.
Paid Arenado. No contract distractions. Signed him. 6-12.
Yeah.
I know it's April, but when it's not pretty, it's not pretty.
Yeah.
Right now, it has not been pretty in Colorado. 4-12, we headed back and laced up the skates. Our SnoozeYouLose pick was Winnipeg over the Blues. And this is a series that's kind of surprised me. Winnipeg lost this game 4-3 against St. Louis. Winnipeg's one of the best playoff home teams in hockey. You have them, you have the Knights. One of the best teams. That crowd just makes a difference in the matchup. And the Blues came out and stole the first game. I believe they lead the series right now 2-1.
Yes, they do.
And kind of surprised at that. At least I didn't think that St. Louis was
it surprises me too, especially when you think about where St. Louis was early in the season, basically written off for dead, and then they just came surging in that second half to where people were still going. I feel like people were still going for Winnipeg because that lineup is still really good, but people were like, I won't be surprised if the Blues do take this.
Yeah.
Just the way they've been surging, that they've been playing absolutely amazing. Like I said, since the second half started. So again, this is another one of those like toss up 50-50 ones that when looking on paper, especially early in the season, you wouldn't think that. You'd think it'd be like a 4 or 5 game series for Winnipeg, but again, just this one now seems much more closer.
I don't think, at least for me, once again, except for maybe the Vegas series, I don't think there's a series that's gone the way myself or most people have expected to go so far.
We'll have to see the results of what Washington does in this one.
Okay. But once again, that's a series we're expecting the Caps come out.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna go to the Cup again. Obviously, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Can they? Yeah, but I don't think they will. I didn't see Toronto jumping out in front of Boston.
Yeah.
Just because the way they came into the playoffs. I didn't see you guys sweeping Pittsburgh. Even though I thought that was the one team you could beat in the first round, I didn't see you sweeping them. We obviously didn't see Tampa Bay getting swept.
Absolutely not.
We didn't see Calgary being down 2-1. I didn't see the Blues being down 2-1. Shit's madness.
It is.
No one's got their shit together.
No one. It's I tweeted this out earlier. Like, playoff hockey is absolute madness, and these playoffs definitely do show it. For me personally, I did kind of see that Vegas San Jose one. A lot of people like San Jose, but that goaltending in San Jose was terrible.
Yeah, no, I said that. That was besides that series, nothing else has gone according to plan.
Yeah. Probably the one that doesn't surprise me as much is that Boston-Toronto one, because they're just beating each other up. Like, there isn't like a blowout one. It's a lot of like 3-2, 2-1s, and lots of hitting.
Well, game 1 was 4-1. And game 2 was 4-1. And then game 3 was 3-2.
Yeah. Again, but it's a tough physical series, So they're like beating each other up on that one.
Our premium, we tried to get some day money. We took the Angels against the Cubs. The Cubs actually won that one 5-1. That was the game where Trout actually didn't play, so that kind of screwed us over. He was only supposed to miss a game from the groin injury. He ended up not playing. Angels just couldn't generate any offense. Definitely had the better pitching matchup too, going into that game. Just one that didn't go our way. Like I said, with Trout being out, maybe would have been one we might have stayed away from, but it looked like he was going to play. They said he was going to miss a day. Ended up missing more time, so we do apologize for that one, and the Cubs got the dub. So that was a rough day. Yeah. We lost the day money. We lost the Winnipeg game. Definitely a rough day. But what do? We don't cry. We strap up. Next day, 4-13, we go 2-0. We took the Braves. They beat the Mets 11-7, and then we also had Nashville that night to tie up the series. They beat Dallas 2-1 in OT, so we go 2-0 on the 13th for plus 200. And very simple stats for this one. Nashville had to win that game.
Yep.
You couldn't go down 0-2 and head to Dallas. Not a chance. Had to win that game at home. It was a must-win game. And for the Mets Braves, very simple. Jason Vargas. It's not more to say. He's on the mound. I'm betting against him every time. Vargas gave up 4 runs in the first inning, and he got 1 out. He got 1 damn out.
At least it's better than Matt's in his last one.
2 quick stories.
Go.
So crazy. Matt's, I love the guy.
Me too.
He's a very likable guy.
Yeah.
He's a very likable guy. But he's frail. He gets hurt a lot. He's very frail. And he's either going to pitch a gem or he's going to get rocked.
There's no in between with
There is no in between. It's either a gem or he's going to get rocked. 2 times at Citi Field. One time, when I first started talking to my girlfriend, she bought me tickets, and I sat behind home plate. Matt's pitch. He gave up, same thing. It was like 8-0 in the first inning. I didn't watch the game. I think I told her that. But I stayed, but I went inside. I just ate and drank. I didn't care anymore. It was 8-0 in the first inning. Why am I here?
At least you got lounge seats, right?
It was the Hyundai Club.
Okay.
So all you can eat. You got to pay for the booze, but all you can eat right behind home plate. 8-0. Another story. I'll never forget this. At Citi Field, in line, waiting to go in. There's a guy behind me. He's like, Vargas is gonna get us paid. This is when he was in Kansas City.
Okay.
And he was an all-star this year. It was literally the year before the Mets signed him. He was like, Vargas is going to get us paid. It was his agent right behind us.
Wow.
And now he sucks. Now he sucks. I don't think his ERA has been below 9 since that day.
So
it makes no sense.
That is an absolutely insane story. You were right in front of Vargas's agent.
And his words, he's going to get us paid. And he did. He got a nice contract.
He got a great contract.
He won like 14 games that year. He was in Kansas City. He won like 14 games. Made the All-Star team. And now he couldn't beat a CYL team.
No. I really don't think
he's fucking terrible.
Just, ooh.
So I'm taking that every time.
Right.
That was an easy one.
Guys, you heard it here. Anytime you see Vargas,
you have to fade him.
Fade him.
I don't even know why he's still in the rotation either. I get it because like once you pay a guy, it's like we don't want all this money to go to waste.
You got to keep the faith, especially after that much money, you know.
But you can't be giving up 4 runs in the first inning and can't get 1 out. And you're not likable. At least we like Matt. We cheer for Matt. We don't cheer for Vargas. Get him out of there.
Did you see that interview after that outing?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm sure it wasn't good.
Such a weird scrum.
It's awkward. It's awkward being that bad.
Ooh.
It's awkward. It's just like your boss calling you into the office after you messed up so bad, did a really bad mistake. It's awkward. It's like, what do you say? My bad.
But it was worse.
Got you next time.
You gotta see it when.
How many my bads does he get?
May 15th.
Yeah, we gotta make a move.
Make a move.
Either you put in Gisselman or Lugo or somebody else, or Dallas Keuchel's still a free agent.
Crazy, isn't that? That Dallas Keuchel's still a free agent. So many people need pitching help. We're giving up 8-9 runs on a daily out here in the league now.
Daily.
You're seeing
He doesn't
those
have a
lineups?
job.
And he doesn't have a job? And we got people like Vargas have a job? This is outrageous.
That's what I'm talking about. This is kind of like the Kaepernick
You
thing,
you won't fade Keuchel like
Nah.
you do Vargas.
though. Maybe on the road, and that's it. Because he's definitely a home pitcher. His numbers are definitely better at home. Mm-hmm. So on the road, and even on the road, I wouldn't fade him because I respect him enough. I just wouldn't touch that game.
Yeah.
But at home, yeah, sign me up every time. He can't be much worse. He'll get 3 outs.
He'll get it out. He'll get one.
He got 1, so he'll get at least 3. There's no way he'll get at least 3.
How is that man a free agent? Unbelievable.
So like I said, we strapped up, bounced back, 2-0 plus 200. Like I said, all the numbers we give out are usually for $100 bettors. Some people bet more, some people bet less. We don't care as long as you invest with us. And then we finished off the week, the Sunday, 4-14. Our SnoozeYouLose was Cleveland versus the Royals. Another game where don't get swept. Mm-hmm. Have some pride. Tuck in your shirt. Get your shit together. Mm-hmm. Swept in this game.
These last few weeks have been about the sweep.
Yeah, it doesn't even though it happened to us twice this week,
mm-hmm.
it doesn't happen as often as you think. Mm-hmm. Even today, our premium pick was the Cardinals to avoid the sweep against the Brewers. They did. They won that game 6-3. So it doesn't happen as much as you think. Mm-hmm. But it happened to us twice this week. But this is another one, too, where Kluber has not looked good.
Yeah.
He has not looked good.
Again, these names.
Pitching is not where it's at right now.
These names that are getting rocked. You give me these names in a fantasy draft in spring training, I think I'm...
You think you're going to the championship?
I'm going to the ship. Yeah, I'm going to the ship, and there's getting walloped out there, man.
Rocked. He got rocked. And Cleveland came back. They actually trailed 8-5. Came back, tied this game up 8-8. Lost in the 9th inning and a walk-off 9-8. Mm-hmm. It's the Royals, too.
Yeah.
And we talked about this. We talked about Cleveland's going to be one of those teams where they're going to win this division by default. So we're not going to take them often because there's going to be times they don't care because they know they're going to win the division by default. Mm-hmm. But they better get their act together because the Twins are going to play their ass off. Mm-hmm. And when you got Kluber getting rocked, Carrasco hasn't looked good. Bauer and Clevenger have been the only 2 guys that have been showing up for that rotation. Mm-hmm.
Again,
Cargo played too. This is Cargo's first game back.
Mm-hmm. Again, it's great that Bauer has been pitching well, but again, your other 2 horses out there not doing well at all. Not a recipe for success, you know?
We finished off the Prem pick, Golden Knights, to tie up the series. Needed it in Vegas. They take care of business. They won the game 6-3. Haven't actually lost a game since to San Jose. So we finished Sunday off 1-1. And it was good, good mojo builder to restart and go into the week, into Monday. Yeah. But it's still so fun watching Vegas play at home.
Yeah. I mean, that you normally don't see that big of a home advantage in hockey because a lot of luck is involved in hockey, believe it or not. But yeah, just something about that Vegas ice. Other teams can't play like they normally do.
And it gets loud in there too. It's loud.
Mm-hmm. It gets again. It's great to see a non-traditional hockey market like Vegas.
Right.
Again, middle of the desert.
Right.
Embrace hockey like that to make it also contribute to such a great home ice advantage. You know.
How do you think Seattle's gonna do when they get a team?
I mean, they have supported their teams so well.
They have.
The 12th man.
Russell Wilson getting paid.
Yeah. I mean, look at their MLS squad is one of the highest attended.
They do. That's one that does a parade for every game.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that. There's a video. They do a parade before every game. It's crazy. The whole city comes out.
Exactly. So this is for an MLS squad, that gets an average.
No one watches that.
And they still get 40,000 people in that stadium. So this is a city that does amazing in sports, and hopefully they do the same for hockey as well. So I feel very optimistic about that. But again, it's all about putting a winning organization out there.
You gotta put a winning product out there.
I mean, they're not going to be
because if the Knights weren't good, the attendance would trickle.
It wouldn't be Florida Panthers bad and stuff like that. No. But you would definitely see some empty seats and stuff.
Right.
But I mean, when you're like,
I tell you what, the Raiders ain't gonna have that type of love.
no, definitely not.
They're not gonna have that type of love.
No one cheers for the Raiders.
I mean, I just don't think the product's gonna be that great either.
Yeah.
Not at first. Not at the beginning anyway. So.
What a horribly mismanaged organization.
But another successful week.
Absolutely.
Another successful podcast.
Making money, and that's what we're here for.
Put money in your pocket. Listen, you have everything else going on. I know people listen to their podcast for their political stuff. You listen to your hip hop podcast or your music podcast, whatever it is. This one's telling you how to invest, how to put money in your pocket. Follow us. We will help you. The numbers are there. We don't lie. I'm not 36-1. Doesn't happen that way. That's not realistic. I'm not going to give you a minus 260 because I'm not even going to take that. And that's just how it is. This is the place to be. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know where to find us. Make sure also to send us your emails, unclejoe@theblackbookie.com for our Gamblers Anonymous segment. We've kind of strayed away from that lately. We've had a lot going on. So make sure to send us an email. Tell about a bad bet you had for the week. We'll talk about it on the show. Don't miss next week's. Like I said, the voice behind the intro will be on the show. Very excited for that. Scott Steen from Winners and Winers will be joining us. It's already been booked. He was ready to go today. He was like, this is really the only one day he can't do it.
Okay.
So it happens, but great guy. He's going to be fired up. It's all the way in KC.
KC, huh?
Yeah, all the way in Kansas City. So he's going to be joining us, and I'm excited. But any last words?
Let's go Isles.
All right, like I said, respect. I respect. I did not see a sweep coming. Did think you'd win the series, but a sweep it's a whole different beast. So respect. Your defense is definitely serious.
Also, who do you got dying first? Game of Thrones. Who?
I don't know. I don't. Is there a pig?
Those no.
There's
Give me a
dragons,
name.
right?
Give me a name.
I don't know any of the names. I'm trying to stay as far away as possible. So when I binge watch, I'm gonna come out like Family Guy when Kramer was in the house. Not Kramer. When Quagmire was in the house, and he came out.
Like, huh? What? Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna be.
All right,
just gonna
fine.
binge watch it. When it's all said and done, I'll just watch it. You know.
I respect it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't want to ride the wave. If I ain't been there from the beginning, I don't want to get on now.
Fair.
Don't be I'm not a poser. I'll watch it when it's done. I'll enjoy it at my own pace.
Okay.
If I have any questions, I know who to reach out to.
Damn right.
And I'm sure you guys will want to rewatch it. So, but
All right. Can't wait.
Winter's coming.
Can't wait. No, winter's here.
Winter
is here.
Winter's here. The SnoozeYouLose podcast. Uncle Joe, Ron the Don. Don't forget to follow us. If worst case scenario, if anything, follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Get the free SnoozeYouLose pick. It will help you. We'll put money in your pocket. And the words of the great Billy Walters, I've had some losing weeks. I've had some losing months. I've never had a losing year. Until next time.